Back Home Media.
The Derek Relaford Show on Bedroom Radio.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I'm okay. I'll be all right. Oh man. What's up, everybody? That sucked. Real quick. Gotta give a shout out. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Darrin Simmons, Elkhart represent from my home city of Elkhart, Kansas. He is the Bengals assistant head coach and their special teams coordinator. He is an alumni from Elkhart, Kansas. He was a coach in the Super Bowl. He will coach in the Super Bowl on February 13th against the Rams, and they're going to beat the shit out of the Rams, okay? Darrin Simmons is coming for you, Rams. He's going to beat the crap out of you with his team. Now, here's the thing. Simmons is in his 19th year with the Bengals, and he has been coaching in the NFL since 1998. He started with the Ravens, and then he worked for the Carolina Panthers from 99 to 02, and he's been with the Bengals ever since. But Simmons was a punter and a quarterback at Dodge City Community College, where he was an All-American before punting at KU as an All-Big 8 selection. He's also coached at KU prior to the NFL. He's 48 years young, folks. Darrin Simmons, 48 years young. 1991 graduate of Elkhart, Kansas. Be on the lookout. Super Bowl Sunday, February 13th. Darrin Simmons is gonna really bring the ruckus to the Rams. The only person commenting is Stream Elements. Like, Derek Evan Relaford is live now, talking talk shows and podcasts. Who up, dog? That's what they're saying. So anyway, I'm stoked about that. I'm really proud. He's from my hometown. I've never really met the guy. I think I saw him at like a basketball game one time, and I think somebody I was with introduced us to him and everything. He didn't seem particularly care. I mean, he wasn't mean or anything, but there's a lot of people there to see Darrin Simmons. This is back when he was just punting for KU. That was a big deal. That was a big deal for our hometown of Elkhart, Kansas, to have a hometown boy punting for KU on television. Because KU football occasionally gets on television, and that's what that was. So really stoked about that. Really stoked about Darrin Simmons going to be in the Super Bowl on the 13th. Excited about it. Some other news I want to go into tonight. Good buddy of mine, big fan of this guy, Dustin Grant. Now, his legal name on his birth certificate is Dustin Grantley. A lot of people don't know that his stage name is Dustin Grant, but I call him Dustin Grantley. And Dustin and I go back 2 years, maybe. Yeah, I think 2 years. And I got to tell you, what I've learned about the guy is he's the hardest working dude I've ever met. What a cost. Sorry. I was smoking pot before the show. Hardest working dude I know. He's always like grinding, man. The dude's always steady grinding. And like a year ago, he put together a band. He's like, because he was doing the solo thing, like Dustin Grant was doing the solo thing, playing like, big venues with like people there. And he was on stage all by himself. Sometimes he would take Shane Harper, his drummer, and Juana on stage with him. But even then, I've seen a lot of videos of Dustin Grant playing pretty decent sized crowds all by himself up there. And I got to tell you, let me blow my nose real quick and I'll mute because I don't want to hold on. I like to fancy myself a songwriter. I like to fancy myself a live music performer. It's probably one of the places I'm most happy is singing music on stage. It doesn't happen very often, but when I do it, I really enjoy it. But I gotta tell you, it takes a sack of nuts to go on stage with just an acoustic guitar and do a show just by yourself. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I've done it before, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience. I was up there by myself with my guitar, very naked, very vulnerable. and I couldn't do it. But as Shan Schmidt says, Dustin Grantley is the shit, yo, and we appreciate him here. I want to just give a quick shout out. They have 2 mixes that are being approved and sent off for mastering right now. And they're actually headed to St. Louis in a couple of weeks to shoot a music video for the first release. So one of those 2 songs will be making its way to the book face soon. And I can't wait. I can't wait to share it and show everybody what Dusty's been working on. I have not heard the songs. I have seen, just like everybody else, the few Snapchat videos he's posted, and TikTok stuff that him and Jason Catlett are working together. Really excited to hear it. But yeah, shout out to Dusty Grant. Go to dustygrant.com if you want to learn more about that. Anyway, I want to talk about this today. So this morning I wake up. I was supposed to go to work. I didn't go to work today. I called out. I ended up taking my kid to like an urgent care. I ended up not taking him. Like it was a long story. We tried to go. We tried to go to urgent care. Long story short, I think he's going to be okay. My son has some serious allergies going on right now. Every time we go to my parents' house, he's just like down for like 6 days with like horrible snot, puffy eyes. It's a horrible situation. So this morning I woke up and I was like, I don't want to go to work. He hasn't been to school since last Wednesday. It's time to take him somewhere. He's not dying or anything. He's fine, but his eyes are puffy. He's having an allergic reaction to something. So decided to stay home from work and hang out with him, and I was going to take him to urgent care. And then I was getting some work done around the office here for Back Home Media, and I go to check my email, and I'm waiting for a very important email right now, folks, like a life-changing email I'm waiting for right now. I'm not going to go too far into it, but right now I'm waiting on a pretty big email. And I've been checking like my junk folder and stuff, because I don't want to miss it. It's happened to me so many times where you get an email from somebody, or somebody hits you up and they're like, man, I've been emailing you for like 3 weeks. Why aren't you answering me? And I'm like, what are you talking about? 1 second. And it's always in the spam folder. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Somebody's been trying to get a hold of you. It's for business. It's important. And you're like 5 days behind because, you didn't check your spam folder. So I've been checking my spam folder. And this morning I got an email from a woman named Sandy. Now, it just said Sandy, and it said basically like the email subject made it look like we had been corresponding with each other. And she was like, I am in a relationship, but that was the subject. It was like that. I was just like, nobody opens that kind of shit, you're just like, whatever. So I was like, whatever, I'll open it and see what it says. And it's just this girl. She's like, I love corresponding with you. I hope we keep talking. I love my husband. He's great. Brad's great. I just can't stop thinking about sex, though. Every waking moment of the day, every night when Brad's laying next to me sleeping, I'm just constantly thinking about sex. And I want to know if you wanted to, take this a step further. And I was flattered. First of all, not many people. I'm not the first person you think of when you have sexual feelings, for the most part. Just being honest with myself. I'm not a smoke show, as the young people call sexy people these days. But I got to tell you, I felt a little bit of feelings for Sandy. I've been there in a marriage where the bedroom's dead, and you're sitting there thinking about sex. Sandy, listen, honey, I'm right there with you. But I was thinking about it. Like, my job is credit repair. I help people with their credit. And like one of the most common things I hear is like these girls will call in. It's usually girls. Guys, it hasn't happened to a guy, but it's usually like these women will call in. They're older, they're mature, 60s, 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and they all have a boyfriend that they've never met before. This boyfriend lives usually in another country, usually in like war-torn countries, because they're always claiming to be military soldiers that are done with the military, basically, like they're leaving the military and they're going back to the United States, and there's no problem with them going back to the United States. They're trying to get back to the United States so they can be with their new girlfriend, an elderly woman that they met from Sarasota. and they want to go meet this new girlfriend they have, and they're always going to get married. Like, they never even met this person. They've been talking on chat. They've been talking on Facebook, and they've never met in person. And they have exchanged wedding proposals, folks. I mean, I see a lot of people they're like, I just wish I could meet somebody. I'm like, really? I'm like, there's chicks out there that are willing to promise their hand in marriage to you if you talk to them for a little bit. Geez. Anyway, the scam, I don't really know what it is, but I know that it involves, they always say something like, yeah, I'm trying to get back to America because I'm done in the military. I'm all done here. But I have all my things. I've been living over here killing people for, 5 years. And I've accumulated so many things. My apartment's a mess. It's so cluttered. And I just can't seem to, I have tons. They always have tons of money in their shit. There's a ton of cash, but they can't get to their shit because they don't have the money to get to their shit. And they need these ladies to take out a loan and then send them like $2,000. And so they can go and pay for their stuff to be sent back to America. And then they'll fly to America, pick up their stuff, and then come to the lady's house. They'll kiss, they'll fall in love, and it'll be a beautiful thing. That's what they say. And, it just blows my mind that, how many people are, because obviously Sandy, doesn't want to have sex with me. Sandy's probably a man, obviously. But I mean, there's people out there that fall for that stuff. They get an email from Sandy, and Sandy's like, yeah, I love my husband, Brad, but boy, I just can't stop thinking about sex. And then there's people out there that are like, really? I can't stop thinking about sex either. I think we both got it. This is a symptom. And it's, I can't tell them. I can't be like, yeah, I think you're getting scammed. I have to be like, oh, that's neat. Well, congratulations on the wedding proposal. Maybe I'm getting it taken advantage of on a large level, and I'm not seeing it. But I feel bad for the people that are getting scammed on the email. Got to be pretty gullible to fall for an email scam, and it happens every day. Let me see. Real quick, I wanted to let everybody know that I do have a Patreon. So if you like the content that I put out into the world, you can go to www.patreon.com/fatkidaz. My tiers range from $1 to $3. That's a monthly contribution to help me do what I do. I'm going to keep doing it for free regardless. But if you feel a little fancy and you want to give me a couple dollars a month to keep going, patreon.com/fatkidaz. Sandy's real name is Ikdar Halabib. I think you're right. It was just, Shan, it was just really nice to hear from somebody that wanted to talk to me. I don't get many emails. Nobody emails me. It was nice to get an email from Sandy. And, I get it. We've all been in a sexual frustrating situation. I want to talk about this real quick. At what age does back pain become just like, yeah, that's it. That's what you are now. You have back pain. I have been sitting down for the last 2.5 years for my job. I've worked for 2 companies in the last 2.5 years, 2 years, and all from my house. I've worked from home the whole time, and just 2 years of sitting down is just wreaked havoc on my lower back. Like every morning when I get up, it's my sciatica is what it is, a sciatica, whatever you say. But I mean, it is just on fire when I wake up. Like every step is just like it's terrible. It's terrible. And you really start to have that question in your mind. You're just like, man, I know what the next step is. At least for the most part, because from what I understand, there's not a lot of like great science out there for fixing aches and pains in your back. Unless you're a famous athlete that's got a game on Sunday, they'll shoot you full of something that you won't notice it anymore. But I mean, for the most part, people that I know that have back pain, it's just kind of there forever. They try everything, they try surgery. I've heard a lot of people tell me like, yeah, I've had 6 surgeries to fix my back. Does it still hurt? Yeah. I'm like, what? You should have just skipped the 6 surgeries, man. You should have just had your bad back in the beginning. Like, I know it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. But, honestly, I know that especially if I was, in some communities where this isn't policed very well, I know that the first thing that a lot of doctors would tell me is like, well, you're obviously in a lot of pain all day. You're having trouble walking sometimes. You need to try, pills. You need to try pain pills. And I have a lot of loved ones that are on pain pills. And I used to say that with a grimace on my face. Like, yeah, my loved ones are on pain pills. I don't know. I've started to not demonize the pain pills anymore. The people that I know that take them, the only side effect that they have that I feel is disrupting to my life is they sleep a lot. And that's only disrupting because I need them. Sometimes I need people in my life, and I'm like, hey, I need to get a hold of this person, but they might be taking a nap. But I smoked a bowl today and passed out. It's like, it's fine. But the thing is like, I just don't want to start taking pain pills. Like, I think I would rather be in pain. I think I would rather just have a bad back than get into the loop of taking pain pills. I mean, again, maybe if you're out there and you're on pain pills, help me out. Let me know what to do, because I don't want to take them. And I'm not trying to demonize pain pills. I just know that me on pain pills for the rest of my life, I just feel like that could be a bad situation. Shan says, yep, you're there. You are an old man, he says. Tabitha says, back pain seriously blows. Mine will only get worse, and the surgery for it has a 40%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 40% success rate. Are you kidding me? Israel D. Herrera's in here. I don't know how you get away with it, Israel. You said the N word on Facebook the other day. You called me the F word. You just said the C word, and I'm fine with it. You be you, buddy. I love you. But I'm just surprised Mark Zuckerberg doesn't seem to mind you, Israel. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't seem to mind your antics, because I know people that call people bitch and they get banned for 30 days. You're dropping hard ends, dude. What's up, Bo Line in the house? Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, Bo's saying don't do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep smoking my medical marijuana, and but I gotta tell you, I this whole back pain thing. Oh, he says he got banned for 2 days for it. Well, damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The back pain thing, it's getting annoying. Like, we're just, every step hurts, and it's my sciatica. But you know what? I've been doing stretches lately, and I'm getting ready to get another line of employment on the side that's going to be a lot of walking. So I'm really excited about that. Tabitha says, I had to take pain meds off and on for years. I never had a problem until they gave me a synthetic that was supposed to not have dependency issues. Withdrawal was one of the worst experiences in my life. I agree. I believe that. Because that's the thing with pain pills. Like, they don't fix it. Pain pills don't fix anything. So you just, like, in my opinion too, like, you take pain pills for so long, like, do you even know what I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure I listened to a podcast where somebody said that their loved one was so up on pain pills, like their prescribed amount that they were taking, which was just a ton. They were being prescribed an amount of pain pills that this person had like a couple of heart attacks over a month, and they didn't feel it. They didn't know they were having a freaking heart attack. I just feel like if you start the pain pills, where does it end? I know that pain pills take the pain away. I've taken them before. I've been to the dentist. I like pain pills. I don't know if I want to get in that cycle of taking pain pills from now age 38 to whenever I die. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a hell of a ride. I'm not going to lie. Bo Line says it's all part of getting old. Tabitha says, my legs completely stop working at random times. One of these days, they just won't come back. So I try to live every day like it's the last one on my feet. There you go. I'm losing vision in my left eye, so I'm kind of with you on that. I don't know. The doctor says it's diabetes, because they're like, your left eye sucks. Because it is. It's pretty bad. If I just try to read with my left eye like this, and you know why it sucks? And I'll tell you why my left eye is not any good. I don't think it's diabetes, because it would be this eye too. This eye is awesome. The left eye, I had Bell's palsy when I was like 22, 23, I don't know. And I never did the exercises, so my left eye is always like pretty much closed all the time. And when I look at my phone at night, when I'm laying down at night looking at my phone, I look up like this and I close my left eye, and I only look with my right eye. So I think what's happening is my left eye is just not getting any like practice. It's just closed all the time. So I think but they did say there was like some buildup behind my pupils and shit. I mean, I think I have to have like a surgery or something. I don't know. I'm not proud. I'm not happy about that. Real quick, I want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs losing to the Bengals. That was funny. Yeah. And this is the thing. I don't want to hate the Chiefs, but I have to. And the reason I have to hate the Chiefs because all of my really good friends in Kansas love the Chiefs, and I just can't be okay with that. I can't just let that go unchecked. You know what I mean? I don't like that. But I will say this. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, they're my favorite power couple in the NFL. I love Travis Kelce. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love watching them link up on sick plays. And my hatred for the Chiefs literally is only because some of my best friends like the Chiefs, and I got to give them shit. You know, I can't let that go unchecked. Real quick, I want to talk about Garden City Podcast. It's a new podcast. It's not a new. It's an old page that I've had. It's a recent name change. It's Garden City Podcast. There's a brand new episode. It's part 1 of the Mike Savoy interview. For those of you that aren't familiar, Mike Savoy is a longtime Garden City resident. He lost his wife and his 2 children in a tragic fire back in 2012. And I wanted to interview Mike about that like a year after it happened. And I asked him if he would be on my show, and he said yes. And then it was literally 9 years of rescheduling, of me trying to get Mike Savoy to sit still long enough for me to ask him questions. And I was finally able to achieve it. And it was eerily, I think the day I interviewed him might have been the 10th anniversary of the fire. And I think that was lost on both of us. But if I go back and look at the reel, I'm pretty sure, and that's how things happen in life. It's just kind of eerie. But I think we finally linked up 10 years later to the day of the fire. I interviewed him. It's a great episode. My audio recorder stopped working at an hour. And so we have to do another interview for part 2 to sort of finish the story. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare you now that it might be another 10 years before I get part 2. But if you want to hear a great story, Garden City Podcast right there. Just look it up on Facebook, Garden City Podcast. And it's right there. By the way, Facebook has podcasts now. So if you're somebody who doesn't know much about podcasts, which trust me, everybody's like, oh, everybody knows what a podcast. Not really. I know people that don't know what a podcast is. I don't even know what a podcast is. If you're new to podcasting and you don't want to download any apps so you can listen to podcasts, Facebook has a podcast platform now. It's only on mobile, but you just go to your favorite page that has a podcast. Or you see like photos and about me, you scroll over to podcasts and it should have all their episodes posted there. All of the shows that I produce are right there on there. Real quick, I wanted to talk about something that I've been hearing about with my friends and stuff. Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10. It's like some product that I believe is highly CBD related. But what I'm learning is that these Delta products, they do have legal amounts of THC in them. Now that is you can look at that 2 ways. Somebody like me who's in a legal state where I can go into a store and pay $60 and get 1,000 milligram candy bar, eat the whole thing and have visions. Like somebody like me who can have that experience anytime I want would look at something like Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10 and be like, why would I want to take 0.3% of a THC edible? So I was kind of like, whatever, but I'm from Kansas, and Kansas is one of the last 3 states, I think, that you can't smoke a joint in. And it's ridiculous. It's the reason I don't live there, because I couldn't smoke weed there, and weed helps me. So I find out that you can go to a gas station, you can go to a head shop in Kansas, and you can buy this stuff called Delta 8. I also have friends in North Carolina that it's illegal in North Carolina to smoke weed. So they're taking Delta 8. And I had a lot of questions about it. I did put some post a post about it, and a lot of people were it was kind of a mixed review. A lot of people said that they did feel a pretty intense, effect of the Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10. And it seems like the higher you go up in the Delta number, thing there, it seems like the more messed up people got. But then you have to also take in consideration a lot of these people that are taking these products. these people are not getting hardly any THC in their bodies. You know, they might like smoke a joint with a friend sometime in the garage or something. But, you know, when you live in an illegal state, some people have weed with them all the time. I didn't. I had kids, man. I didn't try to go to jail. I would smoke a joint with a friend or something and then go home, you know, like, I understand how people stay away from THC in states where it's illegal, especially if you have children, because they'll take your damn kids away from you. If you mess around and make them think you're a drug dealer, they'll take your kids away from you. I've seen it happen. So, you know, I'm kind of happy that these products exist. I kind of want to try it. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but it seems to be a lot of people are talking about the edible form of it being like the best, because you can buy this, you know, this Delta weed in Kansas and in North Carolina, and you can smoke it. I'm sure it tastes like weed. I'm sure it smells like weed. It's just a very low THC count, so low that you can actually, you know, sell it in states where it's illegal. You know, Troy Donahue in the house. What's up, buddy? How you been? Troy O'Donoghue. Troy O'Donohoe. Liberal Kansas has a store. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you can get that Delta shit all over the place. And you can even get it here, which I don't understand. I went to the head shop to get a bong the other day, and they were like, and I was like, you have that Delta 8? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, why? I was like, you can go to a weed store here and get like a really heavy. And they're like, she was like, oh, I'm telling you. She's like, I smoke all day. She's like, I smoke joints all day. She's like, but if I want to take a nap, she's like, I take Delta set. I think she said Delta 10 or whatever. She's like, I take a Delta 10. She's like, and it's like a body buzz from hell. She's like, I pass out, and it's so I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but yeah, if you're listening to this in a state that has illegal, where THC is illegal, and you're not wanting to risk it, maybe not risk it as far as losing your job, but you just don't want to risk it as far as driving across town to somebody's house and picking up an eighth and then driving back to your house and hoping you don't get pulled over. So the cops make a big freaking deal about it and put your name in the paper, and you potentially lose your kids and you might lose your job because now you're a druggie. States that have, you know, illegal marijuana, where marijuana is illegal, if you're in one of those states and you still want to party, try some of these Delta 8 packages. Try this Delta 8, this Delta 9, this Delta 10. But do your research, because when I posted the question on Facebook, a lot of people said they liked it. Some people said it was too much of an intense situation for them. One person said that she heard that it can kill you, but that was just one person. But you never know. What if it does kill you? She says, I take 10 to sleep. It's amazing to put you out. Okay, Megan, but again, I don't know what state you live in, and you don't have to put your business on here. But would you say if you've ever smoked the real wacky tobacco, what do you say as far as the euphoric feeling as what Delta 10 as opposed to maybe in Colorado? What do you think the difference is? Because, you know, again, I think it's great that you can buy THC in the state of Kansas. It's not a lot, but you can go to the store and you can buy something that says THC in Kansas. I mean, it's a big step. It's a big step. It says, you all kept skipping over me at parties. I'm not at a party. I don't go to parties. I haven't left my house since COVID hit, bro. Okay, so real quick, yeah, try Delta 8 or Delta 9 if you are in a state where it's illegal. That might be something you could try. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about where was I at here? Let me see. Oh, so the other night I was speaking to marijuana. I was out of marijuana, and I was doing a meeting. It was a late night meeting for Back Home Media. And we were trying to get some stuff situated. One of my main partners for Back Home Media has COVID. He's a mess. So we were in video chat, and it was just crazy. And so I knew I had to get to the store before 10. It was like 9:40. So I was just like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. So I loaded up my car and took off to go to the store. And I got about 2 miles from my house, and I'm going, and next thing I know, I'm hitting a red light, and I'm just like, damn, I got pissed. I got mad, it was like a 25-second red light. So I'm just sitting there watching it count down. There's nobody next to me. And this is the only thing I can think of that triggered somebody, which I don't think it did. But I looked out my window and saw that there was like 24 seconds until the light was going to turn. And I was like, God damn it. 25 seconds at a light. There was nobody coming the other way. Like there was just an empty ghost town. I was like, 25 seconds at a goddamn light. This sucks. And then that car sped up real quick next to me. And then I didn't hear a door open. I just noticed they got close to me. And I was like, that's weird. And I just kept looking straight because I'm stupid. And I noticed out of the corner of my eye, like I just saw like a glare. So I turn and I see the driver's just staring at me. And I'm like, that's weird. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is his passenger door open? I'm like, what's going on? And then I just hear this guy go, hey, you fucking bitch. And he sounded like a Mexican dude. And I can say that because I'm half Mexican, but he sounded like a Mexican dude. And he was right. He was like, I think he was trying to open my door. I didn't look, but this person was right here. Like if this person had COVID, they were close enough to me that I'm going to get it. Hey, you fucking bitch. And I just looked up, made sure there was no cars coming from the left or the right. And I just took off, just smoked it. And I saw the guy run and get back in the car. And then they ran the red light and started tailing me. I was just like, holy shit, man, this is really fucking happening, man. Like, I don't know. At first, I was like, did I say something? All I said was like, God damn it, I'm gonna be at this light for like 25 seconds. That's all I said. I didn't even say it that loud. I don't see how they heard that and why that would piss them off that I was upset that I had to be at a light. So I'm thinking like maybe they're trying to like, carjack me. Because I just watched a video earlier that day of a guy that was attempted to carjack a guy and he wrecked into him and got away. And that's what I would do too. And as soon as I kind of thought that, oh my God, they're trying to take my car, because I have a nice car. I mean, it's not the nicest car in the world, but it's brand new. It's worth stealing. When I realized they were trying to steal my car and they were chasing me, and I was going north, and it was like desolate. I'm in the desert, so where I was going was about 2 miles north, and I was going to make a right, but it was very empty out there. And I was like, you can't go 2 miles into the desert with these guys chasing you. This is stupid. So I see an exit for the 101, and I just cut across like 3 lanes. There's nobody behind me except for that car back there chasing me. So I cut across, I fake them out, I pull in, then I get off on the ramp, and then they start following me that way. So I thought maybe I needed to call the police and just keep driving around until I lost them, but I didn't know what to do. I kind of freaked out. I was thinking about my kids, and I'm always like, scared to, I feel like people die by their birthday a lot, and I don't want to do that. And my birthday's like a Monday. I'm just like, man, that would suck to get shot tonight and die so close to my birthday. That would be so lame. So I decided not to call the cops. I decided I probably needed to focus my brain power on getting away from these people. So I drove probably like 100 miles an hour on the service road for about 3 or 4 miles, just booking it. And I was able to lose them on that service road. I never had to get on the actual freeway. And by the time I got to where like I couldn't see him anymore, I couldn't see him in my headlights, I made a quick turn and made a couple turns, and I was confident that I lost them. I made it to the weed store with about 5 minutes to spare. And the whole time it really wasn't scary. Like, that's one of my biggest fears, like, is being carjacked. Like, I'm like, man, that would be scary, man. My buddy Jeff was carjacked like 6 months ago. He called me. It was a freaking big deal. He was like, I got to smoke a cigarette while I tell you this. He's like, you could put a gun in my wife's face, dude. Getting carjacked is a scary deal. But I got to tell you, like, it was a rush. It was a rush, man. I'm not, now that I'm not dead, it was a rush. If I would have got killed, that would have been sucky. And if they would have stolen my car, that would have been sucky. If they would have beat me up, that would have been sucky. But I was some way able to get away from them and try. And I don't usually drive. I drive like a grandma, people tell me, but like that was like the first time that I drove hardcore fast, trying to get away from people. I felt like I was in an action movie. But in hindsight, people could have got hurt. I could have hit somebody, even though it was like 9:45 at night. I was going 100 miles an hour on service roads where speed limits were 40 miles an hour. I'm not like stoked about it, but I guess now I got a story, and who knows, maybe they weren't trying to carjack. What if he was just like gonna tell me he didn't? I don't know what. He got next to my car, act like he was gonna open it, and he said, hey, you fucking bitch. And I booked it. But It feels like that. We almost got your bitch ass. I don't know, man. I probably should get a gun. I have bipolar disorder. I don't think I should have a gun, to tell you the truth. I think I'll just take my chances. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I got to get out of here. But my last thing I want to talk about tonight is, in your opinion, what is the worst lyric you have ever heard in a song? And you can have multiple answers if you want, but I'm going to go through a couple here. My absolute worst lyric I've ever heard in my life is a band called Train. They had a song called Meet Virginia, and he goes, "She smokes a pack a day. Wait, that's me, but anyway." Like, why did the label let him get away with that? He's the dumbest shit ever. He went to prison for selling drugs. Oh, wait, that was me. And where did I get a microphone? Because I'm singing into a corn can because I'm in prison. Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. He was shot in the head. Wait, that was JFK. But anyway, like, what the fuck is that about? She smokes a pack a day. Wait, that's me. But anyway, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Nick Roberts says, "We were thinking silly things. We were smoking funny things, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long," referencing the Kid Rock song. I like that song, and I like Kid Rock, but not really. I can see why that would piss you off. I like Kid Rock in the same way that I like, I don't know, like, when I look at Kid Rock, I don't see somebody who's like, I'm a real musician. I see somebody that's like, I'm a fucking gimmick. That's what I see. And I can't avoid a good gimmick. I like a good gimmick. Katie Pruitt says, "Red Solo Cup, I'll fill you up." It's crazy. Like, I do see that lyric is annoying now that she points it out. But like, I never knew that would piss somebody off. Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Meredith Owings says the Nickelback song when he's like, "Just like a paperback novel." Nickelback gets so much hate. Meredith hates Nickelback. But you know what? There's a lot of people that bandwagon hate Nickelback, but Meredith, God love her, she's hated Nickelback since the first time she heard them. So, I respect that. Let me see. Matt Baller says the entire song by Summer Girls by LFO. Agreed. Casey Aguilar says, "Take a drink straight from the hose and change into some drier clothes." B is bananas. BANANAS. Andrew Von Linnell does not like the Gwen Stefani. Zachary Woolsey says his favorite lyric is "Wheezy F, baby," and the F is for phenomenal. I believe it. I believe Lil Wayne did that. Let me see. Let me see. Janet Matrai says, "I'm gonna get you drunk, get you love drunk off my hump." See, I like my hump because I thought Fergie was kind of hot for a girl that did crack. Just being honest. Dina Kozart says, "I would do anything for love, but I won't do that." Aaron Starr says, "Everybody funny, now you funny too." Ashley Foltz says, "I hated the part and Down with the Sickness when he's yelling at his mom." Like, she's like, that part of the song always made me cringe. It's true. There's that Disturbed song where the Down with the Sickness, where he basically rips off Jonathan Davis from Korn. He had a song called Daddy, or I think it was Daddy, where he just kind of does this like scat rap, breathy, cry thing where he talks about the abuse that he went through as a child, and he's crying while he's doing it. And it's a really compelling piece of audio. I mean, if you look at it through, sympathetic eyes, you could say like, "Oh, this is a really creative thing that's going on. This guy's really opening up the sieve and really showing everybody, a dark side." If you look at it through David Cross's eyes, you're probably like, "What a fucking idiot. He's like got the mentality of an 8th grader," which I understand and I agree with too. At the same time, it's kind of like, "Well, you're like 34. Why are you writing songs about that? Why are you crying in the studio?" But I will give this to Jonathan Davis. His was authentic. The guy from Disturbed was just trying to be weird. He was weird. Bowline says, I'm an island boy. I got to disagree with you, man. I think those boys are going places, man. I like that song. Nobody else has gotten that many streams and that much money off of a song that was recorded by the pool with an iPhone. They have taken that technology to the next level. They have turned I'm going to sit by the pool and just sing about being an island boy and have my friend record it on a cell phone, and it'll end up on Spotify and get more streams than fucking anything Neil Young ever did. Mike Gibson says his rap lyrics are the best. Israel says she talks to every guy in the bar is the worst lyric ever. Shoot my jizzy jizzle methods of mayhem. It's either the worst or best. I can't tell. Kid Rock ripped off Metallica. Who didn't? Who didn't at the end of the day? Oh, man. What did you say? Mike Gibson sucks is the worst lyrics ever heard. Jesus. All right, guys. That was all I had to say tonight. I'll be back next Thursday to do a show. It was fun. It was fun. You were all dismissed. Have a hell of a rest of your night. Stay safe. And that's how you do a radio show. Take her easy or don't take her at all.
Well,
I don't think it, I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought in a person, the way that I talk and the way that I ought to be able to pause and to say that the fault can be placed on my arm, to this playful assault, to this race in its arm. Pray for the day they could wait for the calm. You can't control the storm, only weather it, whether it's 5 weeks and 5 days of rain sideways, or scorched earth, search for death or water, left with all the thorns, with the petals gone, settle on the breath of autumn. If the ground fits, wear it, the crown fits.